I'm Bob Hudgens from OnTheTopStep.com. Texas Meltdown, St. Louis Excellence, and a book about the Montreal Expos. Holy Krakatoa, baseball's exploding! The Expos are now the Washington Nationals. Their colors, when they were north of the border, were red, white, and blue. I am wearing this cap in tribute to them. Kind of strange, I know. It's about from 1988, the Arkansas Travelers' greatest game on dirt. That's now the Angels AA affiliate. They play in the Texas League. The Cardinals AA affiliate in the Texas League is in Springfield, Missouri. Don't ask me why. There are some problems with starting pitching in the American League West that are leading me to believe that division is wide open. The A's are out A.J. Griffin for some time, and Jared Parker is going under the knife for his second Tommy John surgery today. Then in the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim rotation, we're talking about C.J. Wilson, Jared Weaver, Tyler Skaggs, one of the guys they got for Trumbo from Arizona, but then you're talking about Garrett Richards, who has trouble getting deep into games, and they had a bad bullpen last year. Hopefully that's been addressed. And then Joe Blanton. Need I say more? Houston isn't going to lose 100 games this year. And I know Seattle got Robbie Cano, don't you know, but man, they're not there yet. So I think the AL West is wide open. Listen to the situation with Texas. Jurickson Profar could be out for 3 months. Their catcher, Giovanni Soto, could be out for 2 to 3 months. They're missing, right now, 3 starting pitchers. Matt Harrison, Colby Lewis, Derek Holland. Ogando's back in the pen. Feliz isn't ready. He may start the season in the minors. Guess who their closer is at the moment? Joaquim Soria, 2 Tommy Johns in his past. So, I love the AL West, and I think it's going to be great this year. The second thing, there's a guy named Tony Blengino who was in the Mariners front office when all that stink came out about the divisions between the front office and the ownership. This guy is a tremendous baseball writer. I think the best article I've ever seen came out today on Fangraphs. If you watch the Cardinals a lot, you know these things, but this guy puts it in cold type. Talking about guys like Carpenter, Holliday, Craig, Molina, the things they do, they maximize their positives and minimize the negatives. Just for a second, talk about Carpenter. He doesn't drive the ball with a lot of authority, but he hits a lot of line drives, takes a lot of walks, and doesn't strike out very much. Look at Molina. Hardly ever strikes out, hardly ever pops out, drives the ball. They stockpile guys like this, or these. And then you talk about the staff. You could be talking in the next 2 years about 4 aces. Wainwright, Miller, Lynn, Waka. Lynn, at the very least, is a good number 2. You have to see this. I have to promote this. Tony Blengino, Fangraphs on the Cardinals today. It was fantastic. Try to finish up here. Jonah Keri has published today, Up, and Away, which will be the definitive history of the Montreal Expos. All the usual subjects. Tim Raines, Andre Dawson, Steve Rogers, Dennis Martinez, Pedro Martinez, Gary Carter. But then you're talking about guys like Dane Orge. He was on the Cardinals 30 years ago. He calls him an Expos killer. I didn't know there were such things. We had Cardinal killers like Greg Gross. We used to call him the little bookkeeper. And then Bill Lee, the spaceman, who advocated marijuana for one's digestion. And Rodney Scott, the only halfway decent second baseman the Expos had for a decade. He got in trouble with pot. He was a good player. I was at a game in 1983, right after the Cardinals traded Keith Hernandez, and I was up there yelling, "Where's Keith? Where's Keith?" to the annoyance of everyone around me. And that night was the night Terry Francona was playing left field and blew out his knee trying to make a catch at the wall. That was the beginning of the end of his career. And I was there. And there was no Keith. Have a good day. I'm Bob Hudgens. This is On the Top Step from OnTheTopStep.com.